wide.
Yeah, exactly. So your plan is very broad too. So saying we don't know anything about our plan is false, right?
No.
Why?
Because we already claimed that your plan, you don't know any specifics, you only have a satellite.
Oh, and okay, go on. Do you know that all the low orbit and Earth satellites that NASA launched is already old and they already?
No, our evidence from 2011 already stated that we're creating new methods and new satellites.
Like, can they prevent pollution?
Yeah, the evidence already said so.
Are they in the point of L1?
It's already saying it's going to prevent it. Doesn't matter if it's in L1. It's already preventing it. What's the point?
But then our evidence from 2011 says that all the Earth orbit observing satellites are subject to constant abuse. So
Our
even
evidence
if
is from 2011 too, and we also have evidence that states ground-based methods will solve storms too. Give us weeks in advance.
So how can you tell me how ground-based satellites can solve solar storms?
Oh, excuse me.
Like how?
Here, let me use it. Sorry.
Oh, and also, did you guys drop your critique census condition? No, we will.
No, we already said it's.
We will not. Okay. And also, did you say anything about permutation? Permutation. Because we said it in 2AC that we're going to permute the part of your Cumberland plan that says private sector because it has a plan. Private sector? Like, you can permute part of the plan and we're only permuting the part that says private sector.
Well, you already, in the class examination, you already stated that our private sectors are not a specific enough. So isn't that disadvantage to show plan?
No.
Private sector. These are part of the
No, Byron, no.
Jamie.
Okay. Okay.
Ready?
Wait.
This one.
So violent.
Ready?
Yes. Do I need to say something? I'm going to answer my critique, and I'm going to rebut their harms, inherency, solvency,
Yes.
and advantages of our plan.
Vision what?
Advantages.
Of your plan?
No, and I'm going to attack yours.
Yep.
Good for you. So,
So it's going to be critique,
clarify.
harms, inherency, solvency, and then attack the advantage, right?
Been drinking water. 5 minutes.
Okay. ready? Debaters, are you ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. First, I'm going to please group my opponent's harms number 2, argument 2 and 4. And they're talking about globalization and that not launching Discover will hurt the global economy. But they never stated whether Discover was a global business or private. Because in their harms number 6, they said that it's key to the US, and they didn't say it's key to the global and the US allies. But then in harms number 2 and 4, they said that it's global and that it will harm the globals. So they are contradicting themselves. And also, they said that Discover can prevent solar storms and it can prevent prediction. But then Discover is just a satellite, and it can't prevent extinction because they can't stop the solar storm. Because they said Discover can protect itself by moving to position, but can you move position on Earth? No, you can't change Earth to another orbit. So either way, no matter how much or less they lessen the impact of the solar storm, it's still going to hit Earth anyway, and it's still going to cause extinction. And they said that they said in the harms number 2, it's key to weather forecast and climate study. But we already have satellites, so why waste money on Discover? And also they said that Discover is key to economy, but we already have enough satellites in space, and they already benefit economy. So are they saying that our economy is not beneficial enough and that they need Discover? And also, they said that it can expedite space colonization because of population. But then they don't need to space colonize because there's no point to space colonize. And also they said that conditionality is unfair and educational because it's unfair to them. But if they attack all of ours and we end up losing, it's unfair to us too. It's uneducational to us too. And they said that it is key to accurate Earth data, but we already have accurate Earth data because we have satellites that can help provide data for Google Earth and other systems like that. And they also said that the economy will collapse because of the global conflicts, but they never even stated whether Discover was a global satellite. And also they said that global warming is inevitable, but I have evidence that global warming is a false concept. I'll get back to global warming later. And also they said that Discover, and when I questioned Angela that Discover could be damaged because of the solar flares, and they said that Discover won't be damaged because they can change position in space. But as I already stated, you can't change position in Earth. And also, they said, when I asked them how fast will Discover send the warning to Earth, they said in minutes, but their evidence is 1999. Many scientific technology could have changed by then. And also, the Discover technology has not been launched and it's been shut down for 11 years. And already technologies are being improved. And what makes you think that we can change and make Discover operate with the new technologies we have now when the satellite 11 years ago is so obsolete? And they're wasting money on something that might not even work. And also they said that solar flares, will happen and that it's going to have an impact. But then I already said that solar flares will not cause blackouts, and even if it does, it will be minimal. And also, they keep saying that Discover can solve things that the current satellites we have now can't solve. But I already said that status quo solves, the other satellites solve, because according to Perman 2011, new technology means satellites can already predict solar storms. And according to my evidence arguments, global warming is a false concept. False identities in global warming debate in 2012.
Do I need a cycles? Or no? Please, someone
No,
else.
you can just.
Alright. Debaters, are you
The
ready?
issues.
Huh?
No, I'm sorry.
we
Now
will-
it's you're, okay, you're the last speech. You
Yeah.
have to wait the issues.
That's, I have to wait and
So
see.
you have to, yeah.
Wait.
Wait the issues between yours and him.
Yeah. Alright, judges, are you ready? Debaters, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, timers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Many scientific objects will have been proved. Who is to say that discovered hasn't either? There are arguments about conditionality states that we gain educational value through refuting counterplan and critique, but not specifically why the conditional counterplan and critique can bring educational values, as our arguments did specify to the conditional arguments. Also, we did not specify global warming would bring extinction. We specified resource scarcity, blockouts, and the cap which we can all solve. Data will be quickly and efficiently shared with every Valor NASA 1999. This shows that it is global so we pretty much answered what your global claims. Also, expert admits to no current technology can prevent solar storm. Sheridan Discovery News, February 2011. The expert admitted that currently little can be done to predict such a storm, much less shield the world's electrical grid by doing anything other than shutting off power to some of the vulnerable areas until the danger passes. This shows that there's no current technology that can prevent the solar storm, which is why discovery is so crucial. L1 is the key. It provides many new scientific benefits. Curtis SPO 2003. At L1, the sun's gravity is exactly counterbalances that of the Earth. Station Triana at L1 would have enabled it to remain constantly aimed at the hemisphere of Earth that is in full sunlight. That would have reduced the need for engine firings to maintain its position. L1 offered unique scientific advantages. Full globe can be seen all at once. This shows how discovery is unique at its function and its location will bring scientific value. And also, we've already commuted their counterplan into ours, and they did not give any arguments against this test of CP competitiveness, which means that there's counterplan is not competitive. Impact calculus. 2013 solar storm will be the largest ever seen. Eccleston and Sturgeonburg. July 2011. Anticipated solar peak may coincide with the presence of an unusually large hole in the Earth's geomagnetic foam, which helps protect the planet from solar particles. 20 times more solar particles cause the Earth's leaking magnetic field shield when the Sun's magnetic field is aligned with that of the Earth, compared to when the two magnetic fields are oppositely directed. This could lead to a tear in the geomagnetic field that might allow an enormous solar flare to flood in at exactly the time when it could do the most damage. This shows that the solar storm will be the largest ever seen, and that a little hole could mean the death of us all. Which is why we need to discover to prevent, detect it, and track it. Also, biodiversity loss is irreversible. It equals the extinction. Peter, December 1995. Extinctions are dangerous for humans. We need biodiversity to survive. Each time we diminish diversity, we take another irreversible step toward the dark abyss. This shows that biodiversity loss is irreversible, and we need to regain that before we all die. Right. Now is the key time for Obama to assert leadership on the climate. Wrote in the New York Times, June 2011. Gore criticized Obama as lacking leadership on climate change. Obama has failed to act decisively to alter nations' policies on climate change. Addressing climate change on the national and international levels require forceful American leadership. Obama has never presented to the American people the magnitude of the climate crisis. He has not made the case for action, nor has he provided a presidential venue for the scientific community to bring the reality of the science before the public. In recent months, the president has been too passive on climate change. Obama has failed to make the case for bold action on climate change. After successfully passing his green stimulus package, he did nothing to defend it when the Congress decimated its funding. After the House passed cap and trade, he did little to make passes in the Senate a priority. The climate crisis is a struggle for the soul of America. It is about whether or not we are still capable of perceiving important and complex realities clearly enough to promote and protect sustainable well-being of the many. What hangs in the balance is the future of the civilization as we know it. This shows that now is the key time for Obama to assert leadership on the climate instead of passively leading towards green technology. Judges note that affirmative's impact, magnitude, and time frame outweigh the negative impact, magnitude, and time frame, as this only is about energy supply lacking, and ours is about extinction, and it is proven to be done now, as they didn't even talk about the time frame. My opponent has stated that this is not global, but I'll refute this with another evidence. US is the key to world economy. Wang Shanghai Daily, May 2011. There are still many uncertainties, such as debt crises in the European Union, political riots in North Africa, and the earthquake in Japan. The situation in the United States is also crucial for recovery. The US has passed the most difficult times with better employment and better finance. There were signs of growing power with emerging markets, but the global economic order remained the same as before the crisis, dominated by the US. What the US will do is crucial for the rest of the world. Easier policies in the US led to floods of money. Buchanan, economics professor at Stanford University, said it partly explained why inflation was so high in China. This showed the US is the key to world economy, and for these reasons, we are going to vote affirmative.
Okay, Byron?
엄마 마지막 스피치를 못 했나?
지금 하고?
아니 마지막.
5분 없어.
아니 마지막. 투에나리.
Personal finance and
5 minutes.
Are you serious?
We're talking
So,
three languages.
1 NR, 1 AR, 2 NR, 2 AR, all 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah,
Whoa.
You just said 5 minutes.
yeah, 5 minutes.
This is
We're
good.
speaking
Okay.
pretty like Korean, English. Sorry, I'm understanding right now.
Oh. It's getting really hard. Is that me or
It's you, I'm not.
it's probably you? Oh, I need water.
야, 고파? 너 끝나자마자 뭐?
배가 고픈 Maddie
쬐끔만
You want a girl with the ass.
Are you guys ready?
No.
Almost.
They took so many times. 10:30? We're supposed to start the second round at 10:20. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, almost.
I'm tired. We should float.
You flow, and I flow. Just randomly stop people behind you. Okay. My pitch is that high. Okay, I will. I'm always
No,
doing it.
you help me for one AC until now, I'm helping you with this.
You guys gonna take a while?
Isn't that unfair? I'm gonna take so long time to prepare this.
If you guys do, I'm gonna go.
Backwards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take so long to perfect every word in this. Because I'm hungry. 我没吃早餐。
是早餐，那我
他也没吃早餐呢。
所以我才，Well, why didn't you guys say so? Then you know some of the parents want me. I mean, actually,
Oh, he likes pancakes.
So we're showing. I got the show.
McDonald's pork pancakes.他每次
Probably run out of time right now, man.
Yeah, it's 10:30.
It's
And it's done. It finishes at 10:30.
Yeah,
It's okay, I can eat
Same
regular
thing for
cheeseburger for
Same thing
breakfast.
for Masburger.
How do you
From
know so
10:30 to-
much?
I went
We
to
don't have
Masburger.
those now. We have to do lunch.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
they're ready, they're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, Byron, go. Mark.
Just cross this out.
Organized right now,
Good luck.
but I don't get text.
Okay, just give it 5 minutes. This will take 5 minutes.
I will speak slower.
Okay.
Administrator.
I should.
Administrator.
Because I can.
Administrator. Upon trading.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. For the compound, our opponents have dropped the following arguments. In the solvency, they have dropped the energy, how our counterplan solves the energy crisis. Our counterplan creates more green jobs. How Obama supports the green energy. How our plan strengthens U.S. competitiveness. In the harms, they have dropped how our plan will, how the Earth is running out of energy. How the U.S. has lost leadership to China, and how China's rare earth mining causes severe environmental hazards, which our plan clearly states that we do solve in the solvency. So in my opponent's last speech, they have clearly tried to make the point that solar storms will be, the impact of solar storms will be devastating. But according to my evidence from Gary 2010, according to Dr. Wilkinson, says claiming that coming solar maximum will be the most around 100 years is not factual. The real message is that it should be the coming solar maximum period could be equally as hazardous as the other solar maximum. We monitor solar activity that will be at least 3 hours, enough time to prepare. The impact on power grids would be minimal. At worst, it's a regional thing. It's not a global thing, as these reports imply. The sun appears to be heading its low solar maximum instead of the high maximum that my opponent has claimed. And my opponents have been abusive because they have brought new arguments into the 1AC. My opponent in his last speech has also sorry, what? Sorry. 1AR, sorry. In my last speech, my opponent has also tried to create arguments that is stating that our conditionality is bad, so we're being abusive. But in my first speech, I already stated that our plan is fair because it's educational and strategic. It is educational because through preparing for and recruiting content, they can gain knowledge and decision-making skills. And I have also stated that we need to make up the flexibility that the affirmative has, because their plan becomes a resolution that the negative has to refute. My opponent has also tried to permute our counterplan through permutation of our agent, but in the cross-examination, they have created their own disadvantage for themselves, stating that our private sector is not specific enough. Yet they are trying to permute our counterplan by stating that trying to permit our counterplan through using part of our agent, which is the private sector, which they claim is not specific enough. And also, my opponents has claimed that the tech is ready, but my evidence from
Okay, go.
2 minutes left.
Why?
3 minutes 있지? 네. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Oh, then keep going.
But my evidence according to Bill Donahue states that clearly states that the satellite itself has been in storage since 2001. That's 12 years. That's been in storage, and technology and innovation has clearly developed new software. So although they have hardware, they do not have the software required so that to make a connection between our applications on ground and satellite, which is crucial to the early warning that they provide. Analogy is that imagine that if you had a phone from 11 years ago and you try to replace the software with a current iPhone's software, that would be nearly impossible. And they do not have evidence to support their permutation, so they were unable to permute. In my first speech, I have stated that my opponents have extinction scenarios, but in the next speech they try to permute that by saying they do not. But isn't that degrading their own solvency and degrading their own harm? By stating that their plan does not have extinction scenarios, they're saying that there is no harm that will create extinction and that they will not solve extinction. They also contradict themselves by saying that they also contradict themselves by saying that Discover will benefit the global economy, but actually they said it only benefits the U.S. economy. For these reasons, we urge you to vote negative.
I wish you the best. Howard.
Yeah.
First, get the judges. Oh shit, boys.
Probably different.
老花眼。
I don't think I could read it.
Okay, zoom in.
I'll
I'll zoom in.
Oh, you job. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Dear onwarders, we the affirmative win this because we have better proof that our plan's impact outweighs any of theirs in terms of magnitude and time frame, as they didn't even mention any time frame of their impact. As I already did impact calculus in my speeches, and they didn't even do impact calculus in their speeches. Also, we have better defended our own plan as they dropped our arguments. NASA unwilling to launch right now, AC failure, and all of our solvency that are vital to the debate round, since all solvency outweighs theirs, and we have diversified it and includes economy and future of the humans, as they don't include the future of the human. In addition, we have better proof that why their conditional CP or predict is bad for a debate round, and we specify it as they did not. Also, we permuted the agent of the CP, and they have failed to refute this test of competitiveness, as they didn't say anything about it, which means that their CP is not competitiveness, which does not stand. We win because we prove the urgency of our plan and several harm scenarios which lead to extinction, which their magnitude outweighs the negative, and the time frame is now, which it all outweighs the negative disadvantage in offense. We win because we prove that our plan is needed for the benefit of not only US, but the entire world and the generation after us, which is the future. Also, we already said that our plan data will be globalized and really quickly being sent, and their status quo won't stop, because we have said it that experts from NASA said that the current satellite has no technology to prevent solar storm. Also, they said our evidence is from 1999 and the technology might change from now. But I'm very positive that from 1999 to now, the technology has improved. As you see around the world, technology has dramatically improved. Also, they said their harm of energy crisis. We didn't refute it, but we already proved that we can solve the blackout, which leads to the resource scarcity, which we already can solve, which means we solve more than theirs. Also, they said that Obama supports their plan, and they don't have any inherent in their plan anymore since the Obama supports it. Then why do they need to propose the plan anymore? Isn't that contradicting themselves? Also, they said that our technology is not yet prepared, but we already proved that we are the only one satellite that goes to L1. It's unique in its function and location, which means that it is critical to any kind of technology, space technology now, as the other satellites cannot do. Also, they said that we are not supposed to make new arguments in 1 and C, but of course we are supposed to give arguments in 1 and C. That is our first speech. And also they said we are not supposed to say new arguments in 1AR, but think about it. They have the negative ball of 30 minutes, and we'll have 5 minutes. Of course we need to strategize the 5 minutes and use it to refute their negative block. That is not abusive. It is our advantage, and that's our only last speech to refute. And they're not supposed to make any new arguments in 2 and R as they did. That is abusive, and you're not supposed to give in this speech, as this speech is supposed to explain to the judges why you win this debate. And we already proved that for all, many reasons, more than their reasons, that we win this debate. And for this reason, from the start to the end, we urge you to vote for affirmative. Thank you. Yeah, 好的。
Questions?
I don't know if you read it. How do you say it?
I think Jokoma's best.
Jokoman.
I'm out of here.
Bye.
I didn't know. I got stand there. Bye.